Hey everyone, have you ever stopped to think about how you get your water? You just turn on a tap, and boom, there it is. Clean, fresh water, right in your home. It's so easy, we barely even think about it. But for most of human history, getting water was a massive, daily struggle. It meant hauling heavy buckets from rivers or wells, often for miles. This was backbreaking work that limited where people could live and what they could achieve. So, how did we go from that to the world we have today? The answer lies in a revolutionary invention, the water pump. Let's dive into the story of how ancient engineers first learned to make water flow uphill. Our story begins in ancient Egypt, around the 3rd century BC. The Nile River was the lifeblood of their civilization, but its annual floods were both a blessing and a curse. They needed a way to control the water, to move it from the river to their fields for irrigation, especially during the dry seasons. This is where the first real water pump, the shadoof, comes in. Imagine a long pole balanced on a pivot, like a giant seesaw. On one end, you have a heavy counterweight, like a big rock or a ball of mud. On the other end, a rope with a bucket attached. An operator would pull the rope down, dipping the bucket into the river. The counterweight would then do most of the heavy lifting, effortlessly raising the full bucket of water. The operator could then swing the pole around and empty the water into an irrigation channel. It was simple, but it was genius. The shadoof dramatically reduced the labor needed to water crops and allowed Egyptian agriculture to flourish like never before. But the real game changer came from ancient Greece. Thanks to a mind you've probably heard of, Archimedes. Around 250 BC, this brilliant mathematician and inventor created something truly special, now known as the Archimedes screw. Picture a large screw or spiral blade fitted inside a hollow cylinder. One end of the cylinder is placed in the water, and the whole thing is angled upwards. As you turn a handle at the top, the screw rotates, scooping up water at the bottom and carrying it up the spiral, discharging it at the top. It's like an escalator for water. The Archimedes screw was so effective and efficient that it could lift water to greater heights than the shadoof. It was used for everything from draining mines and irrigating fields, to pumping out water from the bilge of ships. In fact, this design is so brilliant that it's still used today in some modern applications, like in wastewater treatment plants, and for moving grain in silos. As civilizations grew, so did the need for more powerful pumps. The Romans, masters of engineering, took things to the next level. While they are famous for their magnificent aqueducts that carried water over vast distances using gravity, they also needed pumps for more localized tasks, like supplying water to public baths or draining flooded construction sites. They developed a device called the force pump, or Ktesibius pump, named after another Greek inventor. This pump used pistons and cylinders. When you pushed the lever down, a piston would force water out of a cylinder through a one-way valve. When you pulled the lever up, it would draw more water in. By using two cylinders working in opposition, they could create a nearly continuous stream of water. This was the first pump capable of creating real water pressure, a concept that would become fundamental to modern plumbing and firefighting. These early inventions, the shadoof, the Archimedes screw, and the force pump, were more than just clever gadgets. They were foundational technologies that fundamentally reshaped human civilization. They allowed agriculture to expand, cities to grow larger and healthier, and mines to be dug deeper. They laid the groundwork for the complex water systems we rely on today. So the next time you fill a glass of water from your kitchen sink, take a moment to appreciate the thousands of years of ingenuity that made it possible. From a simple lever and bucket in ancient Egypt to the complex network of pipes and pumps beneath our feet, the quest to control water has always been a driving force of human innovation. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this journey back in time interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the incredible inventions that shaped our world. See you next time.